1 week in Poland. News, comments, events, everything you need to know about the country you live in. Hello everybody, welcome to a new episode of 1 Week in Poland, the information service made in IMI Radio, which brings you through the most important news of the last 7 days. My name is Fabio Turco. I am an Italian journalist living and working in Warsaw. And for the people who listen to this broadcast for the first time, a couple of words about the format. The first part of the show is dedicated to the general news, the most important news of the week, what's happened in Poland. I will tell you through an accurate selection from the main media outlets. The second part is more focused on the news about Warsaw, and here I will give you some advices about how you can enjoy your weekend in the capital city. So today is very, very hot, really hot weather, like in the past days. Now we can start with the first news of the selection. Yesterday, the Polish Parliament, the Sejm, has rejected a bill that would have softened Poland's strict abortion law. The legislation would have been decriminalized the act of helping a woman obtain an unlawful abortion up to the 12th week of pregnancy. Under the current law, I will remind you, someone can be jailed for up to 3 years for doing so. The bill of law was proposed by Lewica, party the left, which is part of Prime Minister Donald Tusk ruling coalition. Tusk himself announced yesterday that his centrist civic platform, the largest member of the coalition, would vote in favor, and he spent his effort to convince the allies to do it as well. However, almost the entire caucus of the Polish People's Party, PSL, the most conservative element of the government, voted against the bill. So the bill didn't pass. PSL 24 votes, combined with 175 from the National Conservative Law and Justice Party, 17 from the far-right Confederation, and 2 from the right-wing Cookies 15, all 3 of which are opposition parties, meant that there were 218 parliamentarians against the bill. Only 215 were in favor, with 154 from Civic Coalition, 30 from the centrist Poland 2050, another member of the ruling coalition, 26 from the left, and 4 from PSL, and 1 independent. Earlier this week, the president, Mr. Andrzej Duda, conservative law and justice ally, had declared that he would veto the bill even if it was passed by parliament. This statement sparked many harsh debate with the Prime Minister Donald Tusk. But anyway, at the end of the story, the bill didn't pass. So let's see in the future what happened on this topic. I'm sure that in the next weeks and the next months, we'll speak about a new Polish a new bill of law about the abortion again. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk is the main character of the week, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky have signed a Polish-Ukrainian security agreement. Zelensky came to Poland on Monday morning to hold talks with Tusk and President Andrzej Duda 1 day before a NATO summit in Washington. It was held on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Mr. Tusk said after signing the deal that 19 countries and the European Union had already signed similar agreements with Kyiv. Both he and Zelensky, Mr. Zelensky, wanted the agreement to be something more than just a declaration of goodwill. Mr. Tusk said, adding that the document included the practical bilateral commitments, not just empty promises. So what it was about, among the most important agreements, Tusk announced the creation of a Ukrainian Legion in Poland. This will be a new formation composed of volunteers which, following the example of the Ukrainian Polish-Lithuanian Brigade, could enable Ukrainian citizens in Poland to take part in the defense of Ukraine, Mr. Tusk said. The Ukrainian Legion will be trained in Poland, equipped and armed, and Ukrainian citizens who decide to join the Legion will be able to sign a contract with the Ukrainian Armed Force, Mr. Zelensky added. Moreover, Mr. Tusk said that Poland will consider the delivery of a squadron of aircraft MiG-29, taking into account Poland's security needs and the operational capabilities of the Polish Air Force. All G7 countries and 25 other nations committed themselves to signing security agreements with Ukraine at 2023 NATO summit in Vilnius, a guarantee of Western allies' support for Kyiv. In June, the US and Japan signed similar deals with Ukraine. 6 European Union countries, including Poland, are now signatories to such security agreement. One of most debated points of the agreement was about the possibility to Poland to shoot down Russian missiles when they are still on the Ukrainian airspace. At the anniversary NATO summit, Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz, however, stated that Poland will not independently shoot down Russian missiles heading towards Ukraine, emphasizing that such decisions must be agreed upon by entire NATO. Kosiniak-Kamysz emphasized that the Polish army will not engage in such action. If NATO does not make such a decision, Poland won't make it individually, said the minister. The Minister of National Defense explained that Ukrainian has long been demanding that missiles heading towards it be shot down from NATO countries' territory, and Polish and NATO fighters are almost daily scrambled in response to Russian attacks. Mr. Kosiniak-Kamysz highlighted that Poland does not make such a decision independently, and every action must be agreed upon by the entire NATO. He added there is no consensus within NATO for such action, referring to the White House stance that it does not want to escalate the conflict. Of course, there are other procedures regarding missiles on the territory of the Republic of Poland. In that case, it is our decision, he explained. Jake Sullivan, the U.S. National Security Advisor, also addressed the issue of shooting down Russian missiles from Polish territory. Let's provide Ukraine with air defense systems so they can shoot them down themselves. This is the most effective way to protect Ukraine, he assured in a statement to Polish radio. And apropos of the creation of the Ukrainian Legion in Poland, several thousand people have already registered to join it. Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski told to the NATO Public Forum organized on the occasion of the organization summit in Washington. In Poland, we are starting to prepare the first Ukrainian brigade made up of volunteers, he said. On Thursday, we have in the country up to 1 million Ukrainians of both sexes, and several thousand of them have already registered to take part. He added, interestingly, many of them really want to serve and replace their compatriots at the front, but they say we don't want to be sent to fight without proper training and equipment. Mr. Sikorski said that Poland will provide that to the volunteers and grant them the right to come back after they return from the front. If every European country did that, Ukraine would have a few such brigades, he said. Poland's defense ministry announced it will mobilize additional troops to monitor the immigration crisis on the border with Belarus. As part of Operation Safe Podlashe, Podlashe is the region, the border with Belarus, which will begin on August 1st, the number of troops deployed at the border will be increased to 17,000, the ministry reported at the press conference on Wednesday. A total of 8,000 soldiers will actively protect the frontier, while 9,000 will remain in reserve. The troops' border assignment will last 6 months. The Polish-Belarusian border, we also spoke about that in the previous episode, is experiencing a rise in tension as a result of the systematic smuggling of migrants and refugees into the region by the Belarusian government. This has led to a surge in immigration pressure at the border, along with a number of significant incidents in recent months, resulting in injuries and even fatalities among soldiers and officers involved in border intervention. And also we remember the fatalities among the migrants that a number of that unfortunately occurred. And this is really a topic that we should keep to highlight and keep high on the headlines. This was the last news of the first part of 1 week in Poland. Now a short break, a musical break. Now we come back with other general news. So stay with us.
Kiedy mówisz do mnie ja, no i ty,
Klaus Mittwoch Schmieley, welcome back to the second part of the first part of 1 week in Poland, the information service by IMI Radio, which tells you the most important news of the week happened in the country. We have sad news now because on Thursday morning a powerful tremor occurred at Redutove mine, one of the oldest coal mines in Silesia in the south of Poland. The incident occurred at a depth of 1,200 meters underground, affecting 78 miners. 76 of them have been rescued, with 17 hospitalized after the quake, but unfortunately one person died. Rescuers are continuing to search for a second miner during the night from Friday to Saturday, so to today. They managed to scrape away about 20% of the planned length of the rescue excavation by handpicking the black log spoil. This was reported by the press office of the Polish mining group. According to the main mining office data, every year in the area of operation of Polish coal mines, approximately 1,500 tremors included in the high energy category, a magnitude above 1.7 Richter. The vast majority of tremors, even if felt on the surface, don't cause negative effects. Those that cause damage to infrastructure underground or on the surface are called bumps. The most common cause of tremors is the relaxation of the rock mass due to coal mining, which result in the release of energy accumulated in the rock mass. Due to the different geological conditions, some tremors are strongly felt at the surface, while others are virtually imperceptible there. 6 miners in coal mines have already died this year because of this kind of earthquake. And now we come back actually to the parliament, because a bill introducing same-sex civil partnership in Poland has been added to the government agenda. The legislation, which would also introduce the same right for opposite-sex couples, still faces a number of hurdles, including divisions within the ruling coalition and a potential presidential veto to become law. A notification regarding the bill was published on the government website on Monday. It notes that the legislation aims to implement a European Court of Human Rights ruling issued in December that found Poland's lack of legal recognition and protection for same-sex couples violates their human rights. But even before that ruling was issued, parties that make up of most of the ruling coalition that won a majority at October's parliamentary election had pledged to introduce same-sex civil partnership once they came to power. However, some conservative elements within the government, in particular the agrarian Polish People's Party, again the PSL, have been resistant towards the idea, resulting in lengthy negotiations before the draft bill was announced during the week. The legislation would allow both opposite-sex and same-sex couples to form legally registered partnership. The justification on the government website notes that the number of unmarried cohabiting couples rose from 316,000 at the time of 2011 census to 552,000 a decade later. So there is undoubtedly a social need to increase the legal protection of families created by same-sex and different-sex couples who don't marry, reads the justification. However, as I said, the risk is that this bill of law follows the same destiny of the depenalization of abortion, as we have seen at the beginning of this episode. Let's see what happens in the next weeks. And now we approach to the cultural page. Unfortunately, we have also here a very sad news. Jerzy Stur, one of the most known and appreciated Polish actor, director, and educator, passed away at the age of 77. He had been battling cancer for years. Known for his iconic roles in Polish cinema, such as in Amator, Wodzirej, and Sex Misja, Stur was celebrated for his versatile talent and significant contribution to both theater and films. And he leaves behind a legacy marked by his profound impact on the Polish cultural life and cinema. Through his life, he was deeply connected to his hometown of Kraków, where he worked as an actor, director, and lecturer at a theater school. The city bid him farewell through social media channels. Stur was well known also abroad. For example, the Italian embassy in Rome also offered condolences following the death of the Polish actor, highlighting his prominence as an actor, director, and producer. Diplomats mentioned his popularity and influence in the film industry, particularly noting his role in Italian cinema, such as in films directed by the director Nanni Moretti. Many admirers will always remember Jerzy Stur for his unforgettable portrayal of Commissioner Reba in the popular movie Killer. The last week now we change topic. We stay we stay on the cultural page, but we change topic. Last week we spoke about the big event, the double concert of the heavy metal American band Metallica in Warsaw, and how it's gone. So on the first day of concert, the band played a specially prepared song for the Polish audience back in Warsaw. Fan favorites like Nothing Else Matters, Master of Puppets, and Enter Sandman were also on the set list, along with less frequently performed tracks such as King Nothing, and Whiplash. Reported fans on the band through all available social media platforms. The second and final day of the performance, the last Sunday, there was a surprise, big surprise for Polish fans, because Metallica paid a tribute to the legendary band Manam, whose lead singer was Cora. Alongside a choir of Polish fans at the National Stadium, the American musicians sang a fragment of Kocham Cię, kochanie moje in its original Polish song performed for years by Manam and sung by Cora, who passed away in 2018. So bravo for the Metallica, because singing in Polish is not easy if you are not a mother tongue. And I would say also bravo for the idea to dedicate such a very, very well-known and beautiful song to hold the Polish audience. And now the sport, because world number one Iga Świątek was knocked out of the prestigious Wimbledon tennis tournament in the third round on last Saturday, losing to Kazakhstan Yulia Putintseva 3-6, 6-1, 6-2. This was the score. The match was held in London, of course. It lasted 1 hour and 59 minutes. Ranked 35th globally, Putintseva achieved her best Wimbledon performance by advancing to the fourth round. Then she was knocked out as well. Prior to the Saturday match, Świątek had confidently secured victories in her first 2 rounds, defeating American Sofia Kenin 6-3, 6-4, and Croatian Petra Martic 6-4, 6-3. This marked the 5th meeting between Świątek and Putintseva, with the 23rd year-old Polish player experiencing her first loss in their head-to-head encounters. Świątek defeats also ended her impressive 21-match winning streak, during which she claimed the titles on clay courts in Madrid, Rome, and the French Open in Paris. 2 years ago, her 37-match winning streak similarly ended in the third round of Wimbledon. So Świątek's best result at Wimbledon remains the quarter final she reached in 2023. Wimbledon's female tournament final will be played today, starting at 3 p.m. between the Kazakh player Elena Rybakina and the Italian tennis player, but with Polish roots, Jasmine Paolini. So there is still a small piece of Poland in the court, and I, as Italian, can only say Forza Jasmine. So this was the last news of the first part of 1 week in Poland, the part dedicated to the general news. But stay with us, because after the break, there will be the second part dedicated to the advices and what to do in Warsaw during the weekend, and also some news about the city. Now, a song, Kocham Cię, kochanie moje, Manam, but in the cover not from Metallica, but from the Dumplings.
Kocham Cię, kochanie moje, kocham Cię, kochanie moje, to polana w leśnym gąszczu schowana. Kocham Cię, kochanie moje, kocham Cię, kochanie moje, to sad wiosenny, rozgrzany i senny. Kocham Cię, kochanie moje, to rozstania i powroty. I nagle dzwony dzwonią, ciało mi płonie. Kocham Cię.
Torunska, the neighboring McDonald's, as well as Atrium Targówek shopping mall were closed. The reason was a major power outage. In this part of Warsaw, the wind tore down power lines. There was no electricity in many places in Targówek, and there was also fiber optic internet failures. I just noticed, actually, Michał made me notice that there was a problem with the microphone, so probably you didn't hear very well the first part of the second part of 1 week in Poland. So just as more recap, I was speaking about the storm that today broke upon Warsaw and generally in the region in Mazovian. It created many damages in the city. The fire brigades made many interventions to fix many dangerous situations. The most dangerous situations were related to falling trees on the streets and falling trees on the car. There was very dangerous situation in Zolibozh with a tree falling on a car carrying 4 people. Fortunately, nothing bad happened, but it was really dangerous. Polish storm hunters estimate that the last night storm was the strongest storm over Warsaw since 2017. wind gust reached up to 110 kilometers per hour. This morning there were still delays on the railway after the storm. At SKM Warszawa, the 6-4 train on the Piaseczno-Zegrze line was cancelled. Koleje Mazowieckie railway service also informed that due to the removal of the effects of the storm, there were still difficulties in running trains. So many difficulties created by this storm. We hope that in the next days, next weeks, nothing bad happen anymore. Finger crossed. But remember, when there is a storm, stay safe. Look for a shelter, and take out every electronic devices, and don't stay under the trees. This is one of the most important golden rules. And now, after this page, we go to the advices for the weekend. Actually, there is something that I haven't told you before yet, and it's something that is happening this month in July, every Saturday at 4 p.m. in the central garden of the Warsaw Brewery, Browary Warszawskie. The sounds of the piano, violin, violoncello, and many other instruments resound in the classics in Brewery, a series of concerts devoted to classical music. This is an event where the admission are free. Classics in Brewery is a series of concerts that recalls timeless works by classical composers, but also present a new classicizing arrangement of contemporary works. On July 13, so today, the Podolski String Quartet will perform on the summer stage of Browary Warszawskie. It is consisting of Marta Piórkowska, Agata Krystek, Damian Kułakowski, and Mateusz Błaszczak. The band made its debut in 2023 during the Warsaw Music Festival, and it has already won the Virtuoso International Music Award in London. The string quartet will perform the Lekko I Pleasant concert, reaching for works by masters Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Antonio Vivaldi, Piotr Tchaikovsky, as well as classics of popular music by the Beatles and Ennio Morricone. But as I said, this is an event recurring every Saturday throughout July. So the stage on July 20 in 1 week will belong to a young and talented piano virtuoso, winner of national and international piano competition, Józef Domžała. He will present the program Composers Friends, devoted to the works of two great composers, Franz Liszt and Frédéric Chopin. The grand finale of Classics in Brewery will take place on July 27 with a performance by the Johann Strauss Salon Orchestra. For nearly 30 years, the group has been delighting audiences not only with the thrilling waltzes and the polkas of the Strauss family, but also with vaudeville, dance, musical, and film music. The band will take listeners to the magical world of cinema with unforgettable melodies. The program will include composition from such films as Titanic, Breakfast at Tiffany's, Pirates of the Caribbean, Gladiator, Star Wars, and The Phantom of the Opera. Next advice for today is starting at 11 p.m. so in the late night, we could say, at Jasna 1 Club Wasnayam. There will be Acid Tropicalia event, if I have read well. The event is Acid Tropicalia, but the main room will be powered by the finest producer duo in Poland, Private Press. Acid Tropicalia is a musical duo collective comprising Atropic and Pernicious error. They are committed diggers known for promoting a broad spectrum of techno, bass, and non-Anglophone music. Their music seeks originality and energy, which they bring to the dance floor through genres like ambient, UK bass, breaks, dubstep, jungle. Tickets available at the door, 40 zloty. Always important at Club Jasna, but it should be important everywhere that they specifically want to be flagged that there are no rules except no racism, no sexism, no homophobia, no flashlight. Respect others and enjoy the life. So I suggest you to go to Jasna one tonight if you're interested in this kind of music. And today, for the people more interested in the pop music, at Przestan Nowa Fala on the boulevard George Smith Patton, starting at 8:30, there will be held the concert by Dominika Płonka, talented artist, singer, and composer. Her work covers various musical genres, from pop to alternative music, and her distinctive sound and emotional lyrics are appreciated by many listeners. In 2023, she released her debut mini-album DDEP, which included the song Najo. This song was ranked 4th in New One's summary of the best songs of 2022. The album itself has achieved over 1 million streams on Spotify. Dominika Płonka was nominated for the Sankey 2023 plebiscite organized by Gazeta Wyborcza. So now this was the last song, the last news of this week, the last advice. Before leaving you, I want to remind you that at 2 p.m. There will be Natalie Che with Shooting Backstage. The next week, there will be a special episode of 1 Week in Poland. I don't spoil you to you anything, but you will find out. So see you in 7 days. Thank you to Michał, especially today, for flagging me the problem I had with the microphone. And I leave you with a song, Dominika Płonka, Nie mam czasu na siebie. Bye bye.